Well, hello there, John Meyer here. I make a video every Friday, and if you're new to my channel, my videos are usually about music production or sampling instruments, but this week I'm going to shift to the filmmaking side of things and talk about lighting. So for the musicians out there, why do you need to know about lighting? Well, first off, you're probably going to want to film yourself at some point to get your music out there and make some videos or film what's going on in your studio. And for the composers out there, the more that we understand about light and how it works, the better off we're going to be when it comes time to communicate with directors and cinematographers. Even if we don't know everything there is to know, it'll help us get in their head and understand where they're coming from and what they're trying to do with the light, what emotions, what moods they are trying to portray, and that will only help us in writing music that fits those images. Fortunately for us, even though being a master at manipulating light is a lifetime's endeavor, there are some fairly simple techniques and some fairly inexpensive gear that we can buy, even using stuff that's laying around our house, to do a better job than just picking up our camera and thinking, oh, what do I do with this? And so to demonstrate these basic techniques, I'm going to light up this face of mine using a Godox SL60W light. It's really cheap. It's got a noisy fan, so for the audio folks out there, you might have to reach for your noise reduction plugins, but it's great bang for the buck. A simple reflector, a softbox on the light, and all these things are fairly inexpensive. The light's around 130 bucks, the softbox about the same. In fact, the C-stand holding up the light is more expensive than the actual light, and reflectors you can get for 20 or 30 bucks. Even if you can't afford these tools, simply implementing these techniques with a smartphone, a lamp, and a bed sheet will go a long way towards improving the images that you capture. I invited my friend Jordan Moore over to help me with this process, and the first lighting setup that we're going to demonstrate is called the Rembrandt. I'm going to embarrassingly show you how little I know about painting, but his big thing was creating these shadows across the face, and so it's one light about 45 degrees off to the right and up coming down, and it provides kind of a dramatic look to the face. But if you only have one light, it's a pretty good option. Notice I'm not lighting up anything behind me except for these two lights here and the light leaking in through the window. So all you're getting is from this one light source in this softbox. The diffusion that we have in this softbox is helping the light kind of wrap around my face in what is hopefully a pleasing way. The softbox also has a grid on it, and what that does is that focuses the light towards my face and keeps it from spilling all over the room. So now we have the second lighting set up. I've got the light above the camera, as close as I can get it without being in the frame. And notice that the Rembrandt was coming in from the side and causing some shadows, a more dramatic look. This is more even across my face. We can also take one of these reflectors. So it's kind of hard to put this whole thing in. And this is kind of a fancy one that Jordan brought, but it's got this white side. When you use the reflective side, then you can make some more changes there. So fun with reflectors. You can get reflectors for nothing that come in a bag that you can get all different kind of colors of reflection and a warmer side and cooler sides. And so I strongly recommend getting one of those because they come in handy. So do I look like death? I feel like death when I look at myself with this lighting setup. Got the light directly overhead. It's shining straight down and causing some really hideous looking shadows. It's that Godfather look. You know, they didn't want you to see the eyeballs, and just kind of a sinister, dark, really moody. And in fact, a lot of times when we just turn the lights on in our studios or in our rooms and it shines straight down, this is the look that you get on people's faces. And we want to connect with eyes. So most of the time, this is not a look that we want, but here it's pretty cool and interesting. I've always wanted to try it, and now I can say that I tried it because I think I prefer the beauty light. Now we've got the light behind me, and we can't get it out of frame because my room is too small. And sometimes you may want the light in the frame. You see that all the time. But what it's doing is it's kind of defining my back shoulder. It's providing a hair light, and it's helping to separate me from the background. And it's also a really cool, dramatic look. As I'm learning more about this, I realize how much lighting in cinema takes place from behind. I never thought that when I was watching it before, but pay attention and you'll notice that so many people and so many objects are lit with the sun or with other lights blasting from the back. Now Jordan's going to bring in a reflector to show you what you could do with that one light to help light up my face. So you can see that it's starting to fill in over here and adding some definition to the front. So you've got this nice light in the back and then more in the front. Now, probably too dramatic for certain things. Maybe for a talking head situation like this, it wouldn't work as well. But if you're just trying to film some people playing guitars, this could be a really cool look. The light's in the same place now, but I took the softbox off. You can see the difference. Now we have hard light, and it was on 100% with the softbox, and now we're at 17%. So this is what it's like if I ramp it up. You can see the difference in the way that the light is hitting me. It's pretty aggressive, but could be really cool in certain scenarios. I put what's called a Fresnel attachment that I just bought off Amazon because I needed it for this video, but it allows you to shape the light and focus the light and then open it up. It makes it more of a spotlight look. So this is my Hazer fogger. High dollar fog machines or Haze machines are gonna have little particles that you just, what's going on? Is it something different about this guy? This is a cheapo DJ Hazer that you can really see this, but it's cool what it does to the light. Now this is obviously excessive. We'll let this kind of break up, maybe turn the air on in a second. But you can see how that makes a really interesting effect in the light, especially in slow-mo. It's already in slow-mo, so 120 frames per second, that could look really cool. And now let me sit down. Now we just have me super silhouetted from behind. Hard light going through the diffused haze, and if you wanted that really dramatic look, this could be a way to get that. If we take this reflector and we put it like so, it's not doing a whole lot, is it? Oh, there we go. There's my face. All right, you can get that look. This is very difficult, by the way, but you can see what the result. So one light, a phaser, and a reflector could go a long way.
Phaser?
What?
Is it a phaser?
It's not a phaser. That's a totally different thing, but we all know what that is. I debated making a video like this for the longest time because I'm not a professional grip or gaffer, so I don't even know the difference between the two of those, and I'm just pretty new to this film thing, but I'm fascinated by it, and I wanted to share some of this information with my musician friends out there, because maybe you could put some of this into practice. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is something you are interested in knowing more about, I like talking about it, and I would be more than willing to share some of this information with you. But if not, I'll just get back to talking about music and making samples. So until next week, take care, and I'll see you soon.